Good evening, and welcome to Fine Point, where no narrative is sacred, no media hoax is safe, and we zero in on the big picture. I'm your host, Rion. Can you feel it in the wind? It's 1775 again. If cream-filled ho-hos could be an interview, it would be last night's CNN sit-down with Kamala Harris. All sugar, no nutrition, and oh so squishy. Last night we saw how Floozy Kakala finally agreed to an in-person interview, but she had to bring her emotional support turtle, Tim Walz, to sit beside her as she faced off little Dana Bash, the CNN woman always looking on the verge of a mental breakdown.
The climate crisis is real, that it is an urgent matter to which we should apply metrics that include holding ourselves to deadlines around time. We did that with the Inflation Reduction Act.
This was no interview. This was a laughable little Dana cut and paste, all edited questions in advance, hogwash manipulation, and fool the public political music video. This might as well have just been a regular ad for the Harris-Walz campaign. The forced sweetness was absolutely brutal.
Now let me start off by saying the bar is so low it's in the 7th ring of hell. I wasn't expecting much from Kamala Harris, but I was expecting a little bit better. She's had 40 days to prepare. Kamala Harris answered those questions like she'd just been pulled over by Highway Patrol and was asked to take a breathalyzer and walk in a straight line. Like, ma'am, could you step out of the car? And she's like, my values haven't changed because they're my values.
Couldn't have said it better myself. After last night, no sane person can sit here and say that Kakala gave an interview. She spoke for 16 minutes. She's still hiding from the press and is 40 days without a real interview. Keep in mind, this was also pre-taped. Don't forget that. If this were Trump, they'd have asked him to recite the Bhagavad Gita in Mongolian. This interview did not clear up any questions surrounding Kamala's policies or her flip-flops. And Dana Bash didn't bother to push back one iota, not even a little bit.
In 2019, you said, quote, there is no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. Fracking, as you know, is a pretty big issue, particularly in your must-win state of Pennsylvania.
Sure.
Do you still want to ban fracking?
No, and I made that clear on the debate stage in 2020.
When asked whether or not the border should be decriminalized. Do you still believe that?
I believe there should be consequence. We have laws that have to be followed and enforced that address and deal with people who cross our border illegally, and there should be consequences. One of the aspects, to your point, is traveling the country extensively. I mean, I'm here in Georgia. I think somebody told me 17 times since I've been vice president in Georgia alone. I believe it is important to build consensus, and it is important to find a common place of understanding of where we can actually solve problems.
On that note,
it is quite amazing, stunning, how she can state her newfound opinions and fake centrism with a straight face, when in reality she is part of the most progressive presidential ticket in history.
That's not hyperbole.
Now, in case you think I'm being a little too harsh on little Dana Bash, I will concede she did ask one real question, just one.
My proposal includes what would be a tax credit of $25,000 for first-time home buyers, so they can just have enough to put a down payment on a home, which is part of the American dream and their aspiration, but do it in a way that allows them to actually get on the path to achieving that goal and that dream.
so you have been vice president for 3.5 years.
Yeah.
The steps that you're talking about now, why haven't you done them already?
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.